Ladies and gentlemen, this is Thrice with Thrice's Download, coming at you live from Austin, Texas. Beautiful place. It's actually like the second day of spring, at least for my consideration. It's just a gorgeous day out here today. But coming at you with Expanding the Mind with Nicholson 1968. He's a pretty cool cat. Found his website online. He's actually found him on a Facebook message board, and he's got some really cool music on his site, as well as a really good message with things that we just need to pay attention and be aware of. And that's something I've talked about before in Expanding the Mind, the whole concept of just reaching out to the different parts of reality that you may not know exist. And what does that really mean? What is that really doing for your journey in your progress, your evolution, your revolutionary change to become something new? So here we go. We're going to bring on Nicholson 1968. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Nicholson. It's the way it's spelt, I guess. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, my friend. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to have you on. Glad you came on. This is our third interview, so we're trying to pick up speed here. But I just want you to kind of, we're just meeting ourselves. So I want you to kind of go into explain your website. If go ahead and say the title, the HTML, the URL of it, and then just kind of explain what you have on there, what your message is.
My website is Nicholson, Nicholson, 1968.com. That's my website. Then I have a YouTube channel. Same, you can find me at Nicholson 1968 there too. But basically, the website is kind of like what Thrice is saying, is expanding the mind of outside of the realm, the physical realm that we're in. And basically, I started the website back in about 2005. But it was based on, I had a journey. I was looking for truth of what's going on in this world, and I just went on a journey, studied many different religions, quantum physics, the Quran, Hadith, Buddha, Hinduism, Christianity. I just went looking for truth and, asking questions. And basically, I came to the conclusion, the Creator showed me something in a dream. It was just not a dream, it was an image. It was an image of 1XX1, which is 9/11 in Roman numerals. Didn't know what that meant. That was in 1998. Now, 9/11 didn't happen until 2001, so just remember that.
Right.
So, anyway, basically, at that time I was just existing, didn't really believe in anything, and then, like I said, I started a quest for looking for some truth out there, and I got shown some things. Why me? To this day, even, I don't know why me. I'm not a holy man or a righteous man. I'm just, been shown some things by the Creator, and I put those in the videos. I use it to touch the younger generation. And the younger generation, when I speak of the younger generation, 25 and under, they go to YouTube, they want it quick, they want to see video, they want to be entertained. If not, they're moving on. I mean, that's just, you either catch them or you don't. And I started it out that way with using basically the enemy's propaganda, taking it, the movies, music. When you go there, you'll see, you probably, I'm a little different than most. I don't talk in my videos, and you never see me. But I just basically show you the world that is around you that you don't even know, and is supernaturally in a different realm that is here, it's happening, and it's like the Matrix, and it's real, and it's not a cliche.
So are you going into the aspect of demonology, or are you talking about interdimensional aliens? I mean, what's your perspective on that one?
My perspective, and here's what I came to my conclusion, and for your listeners, I'm not here to debate. I'm just telling you from what I've been shown and what I've seen. There was one thing that is being attacked in videos, music. There's a theme, and whether you want to hear it or not, it's Jesus Christ. And I'm not a Bible thumper. When you go to my site, you'll see I'm not a Bible thumper. I mean, I can quote scripture, but the elites of this world do not like what Jesus Christ came and did, period. They're not against Buddha. They're not against New Age, any of that thing. They're just not. And part of the deception coming on this world is aliens. And there's no such thing as aliens. They're Nephilim, they're fallen angels, which is spoken of in Genesis 6:4. It's part of the deception. And I've got one rule, I'll tell you, that I've learned over the years of study, is the masses are wrong. The masses killed Jesus Christ. He was right in front of them. The masses killed him. The masses thought the world was flat. If you went too far, you fell off. And you got to ask yourself, if you walk into a church and you say, hey, how many people here know about aliens? 100% of the people will raise their hand. If you ask them about Nephilim, which is spoken of, the sons of God, spoken of in Genesis, Nephilim, maybe 10 people will raise their hand. There's a reason for that, and it is a coming deception on the earth in the future of the push for the alien agenda that you see in music and movies.
Right. No, I mean, I understand. I've seen a lot of those kind of perceptions that are portrayed as far as what is coming and what will come. And, everybody has their different perspective on it. And I'm actually a firm perceiver of the concept of quantum reality, where we're almost all creating our own existence simultaneously. And through the consciousness of existence, the Christ, the Christos, it's one consciousness that emanates over many. So we're all really one. And that's why I actually focus on the word the all instead of like God. But I mean, that's because I've gone through a lot of persecution from the aspects of Christianity. So that's kind of why I come from the other side. Because it's very interesting, because you said you've gone through and studied all these different things. And it's funny because I've studied all these different things too. And I mean, I wear a cross on my back, but I wear a Rosicrucian cross. I have the Necronomicon symbols for the three species layered in my center of the cross, which is the man, fallen, and the watchers. So which is the same kind of concept where you have the angels, the fallen, and us, and demons only stem from the fallen, all that fun jazz. So I mean, I've studied all that stuff too, and I get exactly where you're coming from on the side of there's definitely some kind of perception being pushed and pulled. And it's really interesting for me, I have to say, and a lot of my listeners know this, I've talked about plant shamanism. And so you're really talking to somebody who practices a lot of the darker aspects of magic, not in the sense of black magic like Satanism, because I actually don't believe in Satanism. For me, and again, I'm not here to debate or anything, and I respect your opinion, but for me, the perception I've been taught is that the concept of Satan is the complete opposite of what we would call God. So if God is all and everything, then Satan is the individual ego that tries to be an individual and separate from everything. So therefore Satan exists, or the devil exists in everything, because everything has this ego, this yearning to be separate and thinking that it's isolated and alone. And we've developed a society that focuses on that isolation and aloneness. So we've created this conceptual change of taking darkness and turning it into this grotesque evil nature because of something that's inside of us and something that's inside of creation. And it's a different perception, but it's interesting because it's coming from the same information. And that's why I really wanted to have you on, and we've got other people who are going to be coming up, and it doesn't matter what we all perceive, really. What matters is we talk about it, right?
Right. Yeah. I'll share something with you probably never heard, and most people have never heard. Only a few of us, and people are waking up to it. I hear what you're saying, and I understand that, and I respect that, and I kind of agree with mostly of what you're saying. But I'm going to tell you a story that... See, let me just tell you about the Christianity that's being taught. It's wrong.
Right. I agree.
I mean, it's not telling... The truth is there, but it's not taught correctly.
Well, and if I can cut you off real quick, and then you can keep going. I actually don't call myself a Christian. You know, I don't call myself a pagan. I don't call myself any of these other words. I say that I'm a follower of Christ, or a follower of the Christ. And so just for fun fact about me. So go ahead.
Right. So I'll start with this, and you I'm the type of person, I'll take information, I'll put it on the shelf, and then I kind of, where does it fit in the bigger scheme of things? Just like 9/11 happened, it fits into a bigger scheme of things that are going on.
Right.
Do what?
I was just saying, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's part of a bigger agenda. So, the elites of this world, have you ever heard of transhumanism? You probably have now.
Oh yeah, I know what transhumanism is. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm completely
I've
anti.
talking about transhumanism since 1998, and people thought I was crazy. Now look where we're at.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, now everybody's talking about transhumanism. So okay, catch up.
Yeah, there's a push right now. There's actually a push going right now for it's a new effort to bring the human back to technology. So to start to, instead of moving technology to being human and incorporating us in the technology, actually incorporating technology. All right, I'm sorry, the other way around. Instead of incorporating technology into us and then making it smarter and making us better, so to say, which I don't think is better at all. I think that's disgusting. But instead, using who we are and what we are really, and then only designing technology for what we need, for what is the actual human need for existence in order to take care of this beautiful Garden of Eden that we were gifted, and yet we treat it like a piece of crap.
Right. The elites, they're trying to live forever that way. And Skull and Bones, you familiar with Skull and Bones, number 322, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Genesis 3:22 is the verse. Speaks of man has reached out and partaken of the knowledge of good and evil. They must not be allowed to live forever that way. That is what 322, part of 322, is about. Skull and Bones, Bush, John Kerry, the secret societies. The elites, what I found, this is in my study, and they are trying to live forever with that technology, live forever this way in this physical realm, but they'll also use the technology to enslave us, and it's slowly being done. It's shown in our movies, it's shown in our music, and also Microsoft has a programmable matter division. Yeah, exactly. DNA programmable matter is duplicating a human cell. It's already been done.
Well, they say that you got to think about it. The black projects that go on and the whole the DUMBs, the deep underground military bases. I mean everything with that. You got to think about the fact that they're probably 20 years ahead of us.
They are. They're way ahead.
So especially now.
Yeah. So the big deception on the earth, as far as a religious perspective, is everybody's looking at Israel over there, waiting for the temple to be built. That God will come back and He's going to rebuild the third temple. That is the prophecy, and to be built. But here's the deeper secret: God doesn't dwell in a physical building. Right. God dwells in mankind, and we are the temple of God.
Yep. So
that's what transhumanism is. That's what is trying to be done now. The last prophecy in Revelation is the last kingdom is a mix of iron and clay. Iron being the tech, and clay being the flesh.
Right.
And He has to come and break it up.
Well, and that's where if you go back to the stories of the city of Enoch, or the city of Atlantis, or the continent